Can you explain the concept of an exclusive right to sell listing in real estate? Is it possible to cancel this contract with an agent after signing it? Well, an exclusive right to sell listing is a type of agreement between the property seller and a real estate agent or brokerage firm. In this arrangement, the seller grants the agent or brokerage the exclusive right to represent and market the property for sale. This means that the chosen agent has the sole authority to list and sell the property, and they are entitled to receive a commission upon a successful sale, regardless of who ultimately brings in the buyer. Here's how an exclusive right to sell listing works. First, sole representation. The seller agrees to work exclusively with a single real estate agent or brokerage firm to sell their property. This agent becomes the seller's designated representative and is responsible for all aspects of the sale, including the marketing, showing, negotiations, and transaction coordination. The listing agent basically bears all the responsibility as it relates to marketing and shepherding this property toward a successful sale. And by the way, listing agents are not paid unless there's a successful sale. Okay. All right. Number 2, commission agreement. In exchange for their services, the agent or brokerage is typically entitled to a commission upon the successful sale of the property. The commission rate is negotiated. That's a huge point. Everyone always thinks that this is somehow regulated or set in stone. It is negotiated. Now, one of the things to think about is, as a client of a real estate agent, is that your first window into the negotiation skills of the agent that you'll be listing with and counting on their negotiation skills when it comes to negotiating on your behalf with buyers or buyers agents. Your first window into their skill as a negotiator is when you're negotiating their commission rate. So just keep that in mind. So the commission rate is negotiated between the seller and the agent, and it's usually specified within the listing agreement. Also, what could be specified within that listing agreement is if you are offering a buyer's agent commission. When you sit down with me, I actually separate the two. Here's what you're offering me as your seller's agent and listing agent, and here's what you will be offering. If anything, you don't have to offer a buyer's agent commission. I highly recommend that you do. You want buyer's agents out there advocating for your property. There's really good national statistics on this, that when you're working with agents, they bring in at least 11% higher prices. That more than covers what you're going to spend the agents' work themselves. So it pays to get agents involved. They'll bring you in much more in terms of a price point than what you'll pay them in commission rates. Okay. All right. Number 3, marketing and promotion. The agent undertakes various marketing and promotional activities to attract potential buyers to the property. This may include listing the property on the multiple listing service, advertising through various channels, hosting open houses, and networking with other real estate professionals. In fact, if you're interviewing agents, one of the questions you should ask is, what do they do over and above listing the home on the MLS? After all, it's not really that hard to get your real estate license, and any agent can stick the sign in the ground, list it on the MLS, and just let it ride. You want to know what else they're doing to utilize the principles of target marketing to really get your home in front of people who aren't on their phone every day, looking at Zillow, looking at Realtor.com. How is that agent getting as many eyeballs? Because that's what it comes down to, the number of eyeballs that you get on your home. Okay, number 4, duration of the agreement. The exclusive right to sell listing agreement typically has a specified duration known as the listing period. During this time, the seller agrees not to work with other agents or attempt to sell the property independently or on their own. If the property does not sell within that listing period, that specified period of time, the seller may have the option to renew the agreement or seek alternative representation. Okay, so now, as for canceling the exclusive listing contract with the agent after signing it, it's really important that you review the contract, review the written language in that exclusive right to sell listing agreement. When you're signing contracts and there are questions about those contracts, any attorney worth their salt will say, "Well, I have to review the contract. I have to see what was agreed to." Now, here's a caveat. I use what's called an easy exit guarantee with my clients. So that is a sort of an addendum to an exclusive right to list, exclusive right to sell listing agreement. So that easy exit guarantee, how I explain that to my clients is, if I fall and hit my head and turn into the worst realtor in the world, I don't want you to feel like you're handcuffed to me for the duration of this listing agreement. All that it takes to get out of this listing agreement is for you to put something in writing to me, either text, email, etc. Because when it comes to real estate stuff, everything really does need to be in writing. That's just a principle to live by when it comes to real estate deals. Verbal agreements really don't hold weight when it comes to real estate deals. It's really an easy out. That's what it's called, an easy exit guarantee. All they have to do is send me a text or an email, and they can break that listing agreement and move on with their lives. I never want a client of mine to feel like they're a prisoner to me. I believe in freedom and a free country. And so if they're not satisfied, I want them to move on and be satisfied. So while it may be possible to terminate the contract under certain circumstances, such as mutual agreement, which brings me into my easy exit, a breach of the contract by the agent, doing so typically requires specific procedures or adhering to any notice requirements specified within the agreement. So basically, this is where it gets really technical, and that's why it's probably behooves you as a client of a real estate agent to work with somebody who uses an easy exit guarantee or something like that, because otherwise it can be really frustrating, and now you're in the position where you really got to seek legal advice. How do I get myself out of this listing agreement if you end up with a dud real estate agent? So if you're looking to get out of an exclusive right to sell listing contract, it's advisable to consult a qualified real estate attorney to understand your rights and obligations under the agreement and to explore options for terminating the contract in a legally compliant manner. All right, there you go. Everything that you wanted to know about exclusive right to sell listing agreements. And my name is Sandra Scott. I am your full service realtor, and I'm here to answer your specific questions about real estate. So if you have questions, leave them in the comments. Shoot me an email, a text, however, send me a question via carrier pigeon. However you want to give me the question, I'll answer it for you directly, or I'll make a YouTube video to answer that question in as much detail as I possibly can. I appreciate you tuning in. And hey, hit subscribe, would you? Appreciate it. Thanks.